It's time for Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floortech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Wentz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Ram Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. Now to the field with the voice of Bucks football, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota. Bucks football in action only moments away as they'll host the Douglas Patriots. All Bucks athletics brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton and live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. The Bucks are on their second game at Crane Youngworth, third game of the year, and now they host the Douglas Patriots, who've made the long trip from Box Elder into Yankton. The Bucks have had a good start to the season, starting with back-to-back wins and a 2-0 record. For the Patriots, they're still searching for that first win and hold an 0-2 record. Last year when these teams matched up, it was a big win for Yankton with your final score 74-6. This year, Yankton scoring 46.5 points per game. Douglas has yet to score in a game, still looking for that first score. Points allowed per game, Yankton's allowed 25 points per game, Douglas allowing 46 points per game. The difference there is for Yankton, their average game, they've won by 21.5 points, and for Douglas, they've lost their 2 games by an average of 46 points. For Yankton, it really feels like they haven't been able to get their run game going as they have in the past. Expect that to be a big point of emphasis for them. Douglas is going to be a younger team. They do have 10 seniors on the roster, but overall, lots of underclassmen on the field frequently. Basically, with a young team, they can be a little unpredictable. Sometimes they play way above what's expected. Other times they play below it. We'll see what we get from them in this game. And now, of course, though, the most important position on the field to have an upperclassman at is quarterback, and Douglas does, in fact, have a senior quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised to see them lean heavily on those 10 seniors on the roster. In the earlier games, Yankton defeated Huron 41-24, and then last we saw them here at Crane Youngworth defeating Watertown 52-26. For Douglas, their 2 games, they lost their season opener to Mitchell 57-0, and then they lost to Sturgis Brown 35-0. Again, though, looking for that first score here of the season. Yankton Bucks looking to be 3-0 after this week. It's time for last week's highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. We'll watch and listen live to those highlights against Watertown now. Pre-snap motion. Again, a handoff. Scott brought down in the backfield at the 40. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Football's on the ground. Pitkin gets out of the immediate pressure. Brought down with a sack. Gavin Johnson's got another one. Crosses the 40, the 50. He's got room to run. Only one man to beat. Cale Hazelhorst. Pick 6. First quarter. Firing it in the air. Ball swatted down. Gavin Johnson, a great defensive play. Bestie loads up. Has his man. Owen hides this again. Across the 10. Touchdown. Only 9:45 to play in the third quarter already. Now a quarterback attempted run. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Bestie takes the snap. Drops back. Loads up. Fires it. Idness. What a great catch. 7-yard completion to Idness. Back up the middle. Sidlacek. Now he's got some room to run. Across the 20. Up to the 15. A big pickup. 7.5 to play in the third. Yankton leads 17-14. Bestie fires immediately. Abel Bryant catches it. Touchdown. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Drops back, fires it to the right side. Owen Idness goes up, makes the catch. First down, Yankton. Bestie again working from the shotgun. Drops back to pass it. Loads up. Launches it deep. Eidsness catches it! Eidsness up to the 28-yard line! 3rd and goal here from the 7. Bestie rolls out to the near side, fires it up, going up! Tate Bestie with Zlacek to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, has some time, launches it deep, wants Booms, he's got him! Up to the 40 he goes, gets around, sets the edge, right back into the middle of the field. He's got one man to beat across the 20, a great block, touchdown, Tegan LaCroix! Hey, Pickens with some time, hit his man in stride, a great defensive effort, Tegan LaCroix knocks it out of his hand. Bestie, a quick pass over to Boomsma. He catches it, gets past the line of scrimmage. He's got a Yankton first down. Bestie will drop back. He wants it all. Puts it deep. That one bobbled. Again, those highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet of Yankton. As always, during the pregame, did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup for the Douglas Patriots. It's first-year head coach George Johnson, and as always, Brady Muth of the Bucks. We'll listen to those chats when we return on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach George Johnson of the Douglas Patriots. Coach, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good.
And it's great to have you on. Could you tell me about your team and what we should expect to see from them?
Head coach of the Douglas football team. Coming out, we're going to be young. We have about 10 seniors on the roster, but this is my first year into the job. Coach Ferdinand had to step away because his wife got a job somewhere else, but I took over the program, and we were building the culture correctly.
And you talk about taking over that culture. It's your first year as a head coach. What are a few things that you're really trying to make a point of emphasis on with your team?
Well, our number one standard is being a team firster, putting everything before the team, not thinking about yourself, and it's always about the team, not just individual based. So establishing that culture on the Douglas football team that's where we're starting right now.
And could you tell me what your coaching experience was before you were made head coach?
This is my 4th year of actual coaching. First 2 years I was at Rhapsody Stevens coaching, and I've coached and then moved out here when Coach Ferdinand got the job. I moved out here with him, and I was the offensive coordinator last year and now head coach. And
so coming up, you take on Yankton in Yankton. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's going to be a big test for us. It's going to be a big test to see where we're at. Gone through 2 games. We've improved from game 1 to game 2, and hopefully tomorrow night we're going to keep improving and I always tell the guys, as long as we're improving and climbing that mountain and not coming back down, that's always going to be win for us as we keep going ahead.
And you talk about improvement. Could you tell me where you'd like to see most improvement?
Most improvement offensively, especially on the line. They've made a tremendous, huge improvement from game 1 to game 2, but we still need that improvement on the offensive line and the offense as well together. We haven't scored yet, and I'm hoping tomorrow night we can get that first score under our belt and be able to establish the run.
And now this is going to be your first road game of the year. Could you tell me what's the difference between playing in front of your home crowd rather than another team's home crowd?
Huge difference. I remember, I played at Repsley Stevens. I know Yankton, they bring a good crowd, and I know we already told the guys it's going to be a lot of people there, and we've actually had good crowd attendance as well for our first 2 home games. Big road test, though. They're excited. They're excited to come to Yankton and see what they got.
And could you tell me a couple of players on your team who have played well to start this year?
Peyton Sandel, number 22. He's our running back and middle linebacker. He never comes off the field. He has a huge motor and is a team captain for us. He'll be one to watch. He'll run the ball. He'll be right in the mess on the defensive side as well. Another one is number 44, Carson Hicks. He's also one that is going both ways. He rotates out with Peyton at running back and then is also a linebacker. And then our last one is our junior, Brody Muth, number 45. He is our slot receiver and safety, kicker. He does it all for us, and he's one that you'll see on the field the whole time.
And you mentioned a couple of captains there. What's it like having older guys on the team who maybe have a little bit more experience under their belt?
Oh, these 10 seniors we have, they are tremendous leaders for our young team. They are showing the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors how to do reps, how the offense is working, defense, all of that. They're leading this team, and the juniors are now taking in fact of that they're the next man up starting next year, so they're already becoming leaders as well, and it's a trickling effect right now. It's been a great opportunity to watch.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it, and shortly we will see you in Yankton.
Awesome, thank you.
Again, that was head coach George Johnson of the Douglas Patriots on our Coaches Conversations. When we return, our chat with Brady Muth of the Bucks on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, chatting with Bucks head coach Brady Muth. Coach, coming off a big win over the Watertown Arrows. What a game it was. Tell me all about it.
I mean, it was a long game. There was a lot of things that went on during that game, and I've been telling people it felt like we played 3 different games. There's so many ebbs and flows and some big swings. And I'm really proud of our guys and the resiliency that they showed, just never, ever giving up and keeping swinging.
And it was another game that was close at halftime, the score being 17-14. In the second half, your team took over, outscored the Arrows 35-12. What were the adjustments made that led to such a successful second half?
the big thing is we just settled down. We limited big plays defensively. That was a big part of it. The other big part of it was just a small tweak in our run scheme, what we were doing from first half to second half. I thought Coach Huber did some things that opened up our run game. And also, executing at a high level in the pass game offensively, because there are certain times when we want to run the ball and they're doing things that take that away. And we are looking for success play to play. And so if we get into a play and they're not going to allow us to do a certain thing, we are able to check out of it. We'll change it. We can do that, but it takes guts to do that. And I thought Tate did a really good job of getting the ball in the right spot.
And there you're talking about Tate Bestie. Whenever you have a new starting quarterback coming into a season, there's always going to be questions from the outside about how well they'll play. Well, for Tate, after 2 games, over 550 yards, 8 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions. What is it about his game that sticks out and has really helped this team succeed early on?
I think for Tate, he's sat for 2 years and he's learned how things work, and he's a student of the game. Tate's a real smart guy, pays attention to detail, and I think that's what you're seeing. The ball gets out quick. He's processing information very fast. There's a couple times where we get stuck patting the ball, but for the most part, when his back foot hits the ground, the ball is coming out. And so having a quarterback that's got the right thing to do, knows what to do, and has the confidence to do it, I think that's what you're seeing, and it's translating to success on the field for us.
Now coming up at Crane Youngworth again, you host the Douglas Patriots. What do you expect to see from them?
They're an improved team. It's a young team, and they do have a new coach this year, and so some things have changed for them. But they're a group of guys that want to play football, and they've got a really good shared identity out there. Rapid City Douglas is kind of their own entity. There's a lot of pride in what goes on at that Air Force Base with that school right there, and so these guys are coming with a purpose. And it's going to be a challenge for us just to make sure that we're ready to play a football game and do what we need to do to go out and win.
And I've got to assume you're happy that they're the ones doing the traveling?
Yeah, making that trip out to Douglas is always tough, and that's the thing too. When you go out there, you've got in your mind that you've got a job to do, but you can get caught in some distractions. That's different for us because we do that maybe once a year, where Rapid City schools are doing that all the time. So, for us, it's maybe a little bit more of a challenge. For them, they travel so much that they're well accustomed to it. So, we're not looking for any easy breaks or any kind of advantage that we think we're going to have because they're traveling.
As always, what are the keys to victory for you and the team for this game?
I know it gets tired of me saying this, but we have to be the most physical team on the field, and I think that showed up last game, especially by the end of the game. With the way we were hitting, and our guys are really starting to settle into game speed and starting to understand how physical that is. So we got to be able to be the more physical team. That's number one. Our special teams play has to highlight the things that we do. It's the start for everything that we want to do, whether it's offense or defense. And so our special teams plays have to be big, and then we got to take care of the football. We've done a good job of that up to this point. There's some situations where I thought we could have done a little bit better job of paying attention to detail with ball security, and we didn't get bid on it, so that's okay. But if we don't do a better job, we're going to start losing footballs. And so ball security and taking care of the football is of the utmost importance in a game like this.
And one thing, Coach, I do want to bring up, every time I talk with one of your players, the most important thing on their mind is the team and winning. It's never about me or how much can I do in this game. It's always about what's better for the team. How does that truly help you?
If you have a group of guys that are willing to commit to something bigger than themselves, that's the thing we try to preach to them all the time. Anybody can be a part of an individual piece of success. And you can go do that, and you can define what your success is. But to have a collective group of people that set their mind to do something and sacrifice a lot of their own personal, desires or wants for the betterment of the team, it says something about the group of people that you've got working with. And our program, I think, does a very good job of getting our guys to understand that they're just part of a bigger something. And in Yankton, it's your chance to make an impact on the program, and you get a real short time to do that. You better make most of what the time you've got. And so you can't do that on your own. You have to do that collectively with a group of guys, and these guys have done a really good job of buying into that and understanding it, and it's leading to some success for them so far.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time as always. Good luck, and go Bucks.
Hey, thanks a lot. Go Bucks.
Again, that was head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. Bucks football on the way as they host the Douglas Patriots on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
And back here at Crane Youngworth Field, both teams are on the field. Yankton Bucks and the Douglas Patriots lined up. The Patriots wearing their away white jerseys, white pants, for the Bucks in their home red white pants, trimmed out with white numbers on them, as both teams ready for the national anthem here. Of course, we love keeping it for the national anthem. As it's played here right now, we'll keep it live.
School band under the direction of Gwen Wenish plays our national anthem. All veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag.
And again, you just heard the Yankton High School Pep Band performing the national anthem here on the field as kickoff is only moments away. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. As they do here on the field, we'll announce the visiting team's offense and, of course, the home team, your Yankton Bucks defense. The offense for the Patriots starts with the big men up front in the middle of it all. Center, number 72, Lucas Johnson. To the left side at guard, Eli Christensen. Number 50, the left tackle, Siler Merrill. Over to the right side of their offensive line, number 54, right guard, Thean Wraith. And at tackle, number 56, Ethan Hastings. For the skill positions, listed as 3 wide receivers here. Number 4, Hunter Frericks. Number 45, Brody Slankowskis. Number 2, Owen Moninger. The running back, number 22, Peyton Sandel. And doing it all at quarterback, number 1, Connor Wright. The starting lineup for your Bucks defense, starting with the safety combo of number 16, Tegan LaCroix, and number 14, Cale Hazelhorst. The cornerbacks for the Bucks are number 15, Miles Drotzman, and number 1, Carter Boomsma. 2 linebackers, number 33, Chase Platt, and number 5, Madden McQuaid. At the end of the line, defensive ends, number 9, Talon Kenny, and number 11, Edley Amaro Jr. At nose tackle, number 64 is Drace Gaskins. Defensive tackle is number 94, William Guzman-Ugofsky. And the rover defender for the Bucks, number 21, Gavin Johnson. Now, we were one short on the starting lineup for Douglas, as when I talked with Coach Johnson, he let me know that he's going to have one wide receiver slot open because it was going to be a game-time decision. We'll see who is in that fourth wide receiver slot. They don't have a tight end listed. Instead, we'll run with lots of receivers, but we are missing that one. We'll see who it is come game time. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. I'm Zach Spear alongside TJ Stotes, owner of the Bone Center Color Commentary and former Yankton Bucks football player. TJ, it's been a great start to the season for the Bucks, 2-0 on the season, and now a chance to make it 3-0. What are you looking to see in this one?
Well, tonight I think we're looking to see the Bucks spread it around a little bit more. We were looking through the stats a little earlier, and Jay Sedlacek by far has the most carries on the team. So I think that we're going to look to get a few other guys some experience through this game, as Douglas, decidedly smaller crew over on the other side of the field today.
And you can tell just in their huddle, they just don't quite have nearly as many players as Yankton does, and they do have a couple that were unable to make the trip with them. The stats from last week against Watertown, as you mentioned, a little bit of a disparity with Jay Sedlacek getting the majority of carries, 16 carries for him for 73 yards, followed by Tate Bestie with 8 carries for 19 yards, and Carter Boomsma, 1 carry for 1 yard. Throwing the football, Tate Bestie had himself quite the night. 21 of 33, 309 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception. And of course, that means lots of numbers in the receiving category as well. Cale Hazelhorst, 1 catch for 7 yards and a touchdown. Abe O'Brien, 3 receptions, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. Owen Eidsness had a huge game, 8 receptions, 150 yards, and 1 touchdown. Carter Boomsma had a nice game as well with 5 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Jay Sedlacek with 3 catches for 25 yards, and Edley Amaro Jr. got in on the action, 1 reception for 14 yards. On the flip side, to defense and special teams, Cale Hazelhorst had an interception, took it all the way back to the house for a pick 6. Gavin Johnson had a sack, and Tegan LaCroix with a kick return touchdown. And that's really something we've seen so far from this Bucks team, TJ, is there's explosive plays on special teams, whether for or against them. We also saw they had 3 punts that were blocked last week, but the special teams on this team, well, it's just that, special.
That's right, and I think that they probably worked very hard last week to tighten up the line a little bit, make sure that we don't have a repeat performance of our punting troubles last week, and I think we'll see something a little more exciting out of our special teams this week.
And the polls, of course, were out, and we do have a difference from the two for the South Dakota Media Prep poll. Yankton at 1, T-Area at 2, Sturgis at 3, Pierre at 4, and Huron at 5. Also receiving votes, Brookings, Spearfish, and Watertown. Now to the South Dakota Power 5 poll. In first, still Yankton. T-Area at second. Sturgis Brown 3. So those are the same top 3, but here's where it changes. The Power 5 poll has Huron at number 4 and Pierre T.F. Riggs at number 5. Now, Huron did defeat Pierre just last week, and they're taking on number 2 ranked T-Area, in which they're winning at the half 9-0. Also receiving votes on the South Dakota Power 5 poll, Spearfish, Watertown, Brookings, and Mitchell as well, as you hear a chant of Go Big Red out here on the field as the team captains will meet up on the Yankton Y. The team captains here, not listed for Douglas, but for the Bucks we have Tate Bestie, Owen Eidsness, Peyton Eustace, Cale Hazelhorst, and Easton Feeser. Again, we'll try and get those captains for Douglas not listed on the sheet, but we do have number 2, that's Owen Moninger. Number 22, Peyton Sandel. Number 1, Connor Wright. And it looks like 56, and that would be Ethan Hastings. Again, Yankton in their home red. Douglas in all white trimmed out in red and blue as they are home to an Army base in Box Elder. Hence the name, the Douglas Patriots, as we await the coin toss here. Douglas gets the call. And it looks like they won the toss and have deferred, so we'll see Yankton's offense on the field first, just like we did last week as well. Tonight's officials are Stan Hansen, Joe Muth, Dave Ike, Jamie Beisch, and Matt Sisk. TJ, we should be in for a great game, and Bucks football right now, it feels like they are hot and looking to add another win onto the year. You know, we talked a little about maybe some different players getting different carries. On the defensive side, what do you expect to see from them?
Well, and looking down the defensive list, tackle-wise, we see Edley Amaro Jr. down in the middle of the list, which is really interesting. But I think that's a testament to the fact that the other teams are running away from him. We see him in some really hot pursuit. I would expect to see him in on more plays this week. But then quickly, I'd also look to see some other members of that line to step in with some bigger numbers of tackles.
And on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, we'll load up the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Both teams are trotting out to take to the field. Kickoff just seconds away right now. The Patriots will kick to the Bucks to start this one. Bucks returnman. Listed as the returnman, Carter Boomsma and Miles Drotzman. Now, I do see Tegan LaCroix back to receive as well, and frequently Owen Eidsness as well. And right now it is the returnmen are Owen Eidsness and Tegan LaCroix. Patriots set to boot things away. That one up in the air, and it's going to drop near the 25 of Yankton, and it's going to roll out of bounds. We'll start our game with a penalty. So a flag on the play. And it's going to go against Douglas right away. And so that'll put the Bucks at their own 35-yard line here, a 15-yard penalty for kicking out of bounds for the Patriots. I tell you what, this Yankton Bucks offense doesn't really need help, TJ. They can score just fine on their own. 15-yard penalty, though, will certainly help. Bestie working out of the shotgun right away. Hands it to Sedlacek. Sedlacek, great blocking up across the 40. Breaks a tackle up to midfield.
And then we get the feeling already that we're going to see running right out of the gate. I think the Bucks are going to run the ball and dare Douglas to stop them.
And whistles are blowing on the field here. Not sure, but a 16-yard pickup for Jason Sedlacek. And, well, we just talked about it. The clock on the field did not work last time, and right now it's not working either. So we're not really sure, but we do know 1st and 10 from Douglas's 49-yard line, as they're going to run off 10 seconds to have it at 11:44 on the clock. You watch that replay. It was brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second-generation, family-owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. Another set for 1st and 10 after a 16-yard pickup. Eidsness moves into motion from the left to the right. Again, Sedlacek right back up the middle. Plenty of room to run. Makes a cut towards the middle. Gets around his defender to the 20, the 10. Jay Sedlacek is going to get it in from 49 yards out. Touchdown Yankton on the board right away. Jay Sedlacek with 2 carries. TJ, we said running the ball is going to be a point of emphasis, and it certainly was here. Has 2 carries for over 60 yards and a touchdown. Jay Sedlacek, 6-0 Bucks lead.
And Sedlacek had a huge hole to get through the first 10 yards, but then he did the rest himself, dancing through that secondary.
65 yards off of 2 carries and a touchdown. Now Kevin Ortiz to put it through. The extra point is good. 7-0 your score here. Bucks leading this one early on with 11.5 to play in the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment for kickoff here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. You're watching and listening live to Yankton Bucks football.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
2 plays, 1 touchdown for the Bucks as Jason Lachek, 2 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. And as TJ mentioned, he had a good hold for the first 5 to 10 yards, but after that, he made that play himself in really just an impressive run. That cut back when he was in the middle of the field, he cut to the left side and really was just a great move. Had the defender nearly spun around, and then just a lot of grass to run from there. Yankton now set to kick things away. Liam Villanueva, he's done all of the kickoffs here for Yankton to start the season. He's got a heck of a leg on him. And back to return it for the Patriots is number 5, Cale Allen, and 21, Joshua Smith. Villanueva, a line drive over to the far side of the field. He'll kick it out of bounds, and we'll start the other offensive possession the same exact way we started the last. 15-yard penalty, and the Patriots will start on their own 35-yard line. First and 10 coming up here for Douglas. We have not had a down that was different than 1st and 10 yet. But the Patriots' opportunity here, as again, they have not scored yet this season. They'll be looking to do so for the first time here in tonight's game. Connor Wright behind center as the quarterback with Peyton Sandel as his lead back. Two receivers to the left, one to the right here. Movement from the Bucks defense. Wright going to throw it immediately. Nearly picked off. Cale Hazelhorst knocks it to the ground. An incomplete pass. And TJ, I tell you what, had Cale Hazelhorst got a better grip on that ball, he could have been bringing it for another 6.
Well, not only that, Gavin Johnson was in the way as well, and he just went over his fingertips as he leaped for it.
2nd down, 10 to go here. Patriots on offense working from their own 35-yard line. 11:29 to play here in the first quarter. Another I formation, again with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sandel gets his name called. Amaro in pursuit. A swarm of Bucks defenders brings him down at the 35-yard line. Peyton Sandel is going to lose a half a yard on that one. 3rd and 11 coming up here. And as always, you can hear the crowd stomping their feet here at Crane Youngworth on the 3rd downs, looking for a stop right away. Bucks lead 7-0, 10:50 to play here. They fake the pitch. No, they did give it to Sandel. Sandel brought down by Amaro Jr. Loses 6 yards on that. So Peyton Sandel in 2 carries loses 7 yards, TJ. The defensive line of the Bucks looking great to start.
And that was one of those situations where Amaro just followed through the line, ended up on the opposite side of the field, and was able to track him down.
So the punting unit onto the field here for Douglas. Yankton's offense to take the field for a 2nd time. It was a quick and efficient drive last time. 65 yards, 2 plays, and it ended in a touchdown. As now the ball snapped. That one nearly blocked. The punt, a low wobbler, and that one will be right around midfield. Bucks with a short field. They'll start from the 49-yard line of Douglas. And TJ, that's exactly where they were when Sedlacek took it to the house.
I think we're going to continue to see the Bucks run the football tonight.
So 10 minutes flat here in the first quarter to go. 7-0, the Bucks lead this one. 1st and 10 again from the Patriots, 49-yard line. Bestie deep behind the center. Sedlacek behind him as the H-back, Edley Amaro Jr. Eidsness goes into motion, but Sedlacek right back up the middle, puts his shoulder down, and picks up a few yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. So Sedlacek, 3 carries in the 3 offensive plays here for Yankton so far. Quick score update, Huron and T-Area playing. Still 9-0 at the half. T-Area ranked as the number 2 team on both polls. Bestie looks to throw it for the first time. Puts some arm into it up the middle. Owen Eidsness makes the grab up to the 15-yard line.
Excellent touch by Bestie there. He just out in front of Eidsness. He had to leap for it. He was able to track it in. Excellent play.
up to the 14-yard line from the 46. A 32-yard connection from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness as we again watching the replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Bestie, Hassellogic to his left, the option. He's going to hang on to it himself. He's going to bring it to the outside, pulls it in, touchdown Yankton! Yankton leads 13-0 early on. A 15-yard touchdown run from Tate Bestie, and the Bucks are rolling. $13-0. We are 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter yet. Yankton looking good to start this one. Ortiz, another extra point attempt here on the way. Ortiz, snap was good, hold was good, and the kick is good. And now, player on the ground, don't see that on extra points often. No penalty, 14-0. We'll take a quick break and then kickoff when we return. The Patriots another chance on offense on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
14-0, your Fox Stop scoreboard score. Bucks lead this one, 8:54 to play in the first quarter. TJ, they look unstoppable right now.
Doing very well, and we expected them to play well against Douglas today. What we'd like to see is make this game as error-free as possible. Last kickoff went out of bounds. Let's try to keep it in bounds this time.
And penalties was something I chatted about with Brady Muth, and I made a comment about how week 2. I said, well, the penalties were down from last week. He's like, what did we have? 76 yards, and he just kind of shook his head and said, that was down, huh? Well, it was over 110 week 1, so definitely improvement. 1 for 15 yards here. Villanueva again boots it up, and the Patriots are just going to let that one go to the end zone, a touchback. And you don't see too many touchbacks on kickoff in South Dakota high school football.
That was a great kick, landed about 3 yards deep in the end zone and on the side of the end zone too.
And, you know, you got to credit those return men. That's a smart play. Don't even bother bringing that one in. But for Douglas, that is going to spot them at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 is where they'll take over for their second offensive possession. Now, their first offensive set, 3 plays, -7 yards, 1 incomplete pass, 2 rushing attempts. Yankton looks to keep up that momentum. And, again, that defensive line was really a big part in why they were able to stuff them. Peyton Sandals still in as the lead back, standing behind Connor Wright. Wright again, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. It's a similar formation, and a little trickery here is well behind the line of scrimmage, brought down. Yankton's defense gets the stop. Tegan LaCroix, a huge play, as getting the ball there was Joshua Smith. Smith had absolutely nowhere to go on that one. A loss of 7 yards, 2nd and 17 on the way.
Great job of the Bucks defense there. Even though LaCroix got the tackle, there were about 4 Bucks in on that tackle.
It was just a matter of who was going to get that tackle. Now 2 receivers on each side. Sandals stands behind Wright. Wright looking to take the snap out of shotgun. A quick pass. Fired over off his receiver's hands. Falls incomplete. That one nearly looked like Carson Fultz, who was behind the intended receiver. Had that one bounced to him, he had a lot of room to run. 0 for 2 to start this one is Connor Wright. 3rd and 17 here. This Bucks defense has not given up a single yard of offense. They've actively pushed back the Douglas offense 14 yards. Wright drops back, just lobs this one up in the air, has a man open, it's caught up to the 36-yard line. Getting pushed out is number 4, Hunter Frericks. Up to the 36, 1st and 10 Douglas.
Cale Hazelhorst in coverage that time. I think he stumbled and got tripped up turning around. Otherwise, he'd have been right there.
And a nice throw there from Connor Wright. And you know for Douglas that feels good after having 14 total lost yards to get a big play of 23 and a fresh set of downs. Now Yankton's defense is feeling like, okay, we gave you one. Now we need to win it back. 1st and 10 here. An H-back to the right side of the line. Sandel back up the middle he goes. Nothing going on there as just a swarm of Bucs defenders there to bring him down. A loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Peyton Sandel in this game, 3 carries, 9 yards lost, TJ.
And the Bucs defensive line is just swarming right now. They're converging together anytime they try to run the ball.
7.5 to play here in the first quarter. For the Bucs defense, 2nd and 11, 12, somewhere in there. 2 receivers on each side here for Wright. Wright's going to fire it on the deep side. That pass just dropped. Owen Moninger would have had a few yards there as he had a step on Hazelhorst, but instead falls incomplete as that one just straight up dropped.
It's a 3rd down for your Bucs defense.
3rd and long yet again here. Now, last time we saw a 23 connection from Connor Wright to Hunter Frericks. 7:20 to play in the first here. 14-0. The Bucs lead the Douglas Patriots. Now 3 to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Sandals remains behind Wright. Some movement pre-snap. Did look like Talon Kenny jumped. We'll see if the offensive line moved first. 5 yards one way or the other. We'll see if offsides or a false start. It will be a false start against Douglas. Their 2nd penalty, 20 total yards of penalties. And 3rd and 16 now. Ball is at about the 31-yard line here. They need to get up to the 47-yard line. The defensive line of Yankton looking eager. Right, a quick pass. That one caught, thrown down, hit hard. Yankton pulls him down. Tegan LaCroix lays down the law. 4th down.
And just to give you an idea how aggressively Yankton's defense is playing tonight, that was only the 2nd play I've noticed where anyone was lined up deeper than 5 yards. That time we did have guys lined up 10 yards deep, but most of these plays were within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
And Tegan LaCroix, what a play there. The catch was made, but he was going absolutely nowhere as clock continues to roll. 6:47 to play here in the first quarter. It's 4th and 10 here, and a pre-snap penalty coming up again. And it looks like that's going against Douglas. Another 5-yard penalty, 4th and 15 coming up. 3 penalties already on Douglas in the first quarter. That's nearly halfway over. And Yankton has to like where they're at right now in the game. 14-0, they lead and about to get the ball back. As the return man at about the Yankton 39-yard line. And ball snapped. Punt put high up into the air, and Owen Isis will call a fair catch at his own 44-yard line. The Bucs offense will take over again. They're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns on both drives, looking to make it 3, which would make it a 20-point lead early here at Crane Youngworth. Yankton's offense likes moving quickly, and no doubt they're ready to roll already. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Abe O'Brien, the lone receiver on his side. Sedlacek stands off to the left side of Tate Bestie. Bestie's 1 for 1 for 32 yards. A quick pass over to Abe O'Brien. Abe O'Brien crosses midfield, falls forward, out of bounds for a pickup of roughly 8 yards. 2nd and 2 on the way.
2nd and 2 Bucs.
A nice pickup here for Yankton. 2nd and short on the way, and now expect to see Sedlacek probably getting the ball here. He does, right up the middle. Great blocking. Makes the first defender miss. Takes it to the far side of the field. Now up to the 30-yard line. A big pickup, Jason Lachek. A pickup of 18 yards with his feet. Jason Lachek is nearing that 100-yard mark already at about 86 yards and a touchdown so far.
Once again, he got 10 yards through the line and then took the remaining 8 on his own.
1st and 10 here for Yankton. 5.5 to play now here in the first quarter with the Bucks at a 14-0 lead. Amaro moves from the left side to the right side. Bestie fakes the handoff. He wants to throw it. He wants it all. Wide open. Owen Eidsness, touchdown Yankton. Owen Eidsness could not have been more open on that perfect throw from Tate Bestie. A 37-yard touchdown for Tate Bestie. And, well, we'll take that back. That's not going to count. A penalty, ineligible man downfield, and that one feels like it just took some life away from the Bucs sideline.
That's a hard one to give up. That was an excellent move by Eidsness. It was a stop-and-go move. He got himself wide open for a touchdown, but it comes back.
1st and 15 now here for Yankton, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to Owen Eidsness coming off a huge game in which he had 150 yards and a touchdown. And now they'll hand it off. Sedlacek on the near side, cuts it back up the middle. A nice pickup there, reaches about the 28-yard line. A 9-yard pickup for Sedlacek, who's over 90 yards. It's already his season high here, and we've got 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, TJ.
Sedlacek is running hard again this week. He ran really hard last week, but here he goes again.
2nd and 7, and lots of movement there as Uriah Ponton of Douglas jumped across the line. Encroachment on the Patriots. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 2 coming up. That is the 4th penalty now on Douglas. Yankton has 2 for 20 yards. Clock will continue to roll. No, they gave the sign and it didn't. Handoff here, Edley Amaro Jr. He's going to be hard to bring down, and he's going to cross the 10. No one's going to bring him down. Amaro brings it in for a score. Edley Amaro Jr., his first rushing touchdown of the year. He brings it in from 23 yards out.
And you said it, he's going to be hard to bring down. He was dragging 2 or 3 guys, but once he got loose, he showed some speed that we haven't seen out of him yet.
Edley Amaro, you don't see him run the ball too frequently. Now 2 carries on the season. He's going to remember that one, as usually it's on the defensive side he's making huge plays. This time, brings it in for a 23-yard touchdown. Ortiz to make this 21-0. Hold is good, and the kick is good. 21-0, the Bucs lead here. 4:49 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment here for kickoff on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
21-0 here. The Bucs lead this one over the Douglas Patriots. 4:49 to play in the first quarter. I'm Zach Spear, joined by TJ Stotz, again owner of the Bone Setter, color commentary tonight, and a former Yankton Bucs football player. And TJ, you were a big man, an offensive lineman, and so I think you've got to appreciate what the Bucs lines have done in today's game so far.
Well, so far they're dominating the line, especially on the defense. They're just not giving any room to Douglas. Now we're going to have a kickoff. We're going to see Douglas try to go back after him again.
Again, Douglas looking for their first score of the season here. Have not found it against Yankton yet as they trail 21-0. As Liam Villanueva set to boot this one away from his own 40-yard line. And kick is up into the air. And Douglas again going to let it go. Is that one into the end zone? It goes, TJ. Villanueva has quite the leg on him.
Second kick in a row. He nearly hit the Y in the end zone.
20-yard line is where the Patriots again will start with this possession. 1st and 10 coming up here. 4:49 to play in the first quarter. And Yankton, again, they just look unstoppable right now, scoring at will, and the defense has given up 1 first down off of a 23-yard pickup by this Patriots offense. Right now, Douglas, their lead running back in Peyton Sandel, does not have a rushing yard. He has lost 9. Sandel will remain right behind Connor Wright, who's thrown the ball 5 times, 2 of 5 for 29 yards. He's going to look to fire it again. Instead, he's brought down with a sack. Yankton gets to the quarterback.
Wright is brought down.
On the play there, number 85, Jacob Bivens with his first sack of the year. Jacob Bivens, and again, TJ, felt like any one of the defenders could have gotten that sack.
Well, we also saw Gavin Johnson come flying in from the side, and I think he really set that sack up because that's when quarterback pulled the ball down.
And as we mentioned, only one player playing beyond even a yard from the offense. Connor Wright looks to throw it up the middle. It goes, picked off. Gavin Johnson has it, nearing the end zone. He'll get in for a touchdown. Gavin Johnson, the pick six. 27-0. Yankton leads big time early in this one. What a game. So many highlights already for Yankton. 4 to play in the first quarter. It's 27-0. The Bucks leading big time early in this game. Kevin Ortiz's leg is going to get a workout today, TJ, him and Liam Villanueva. Ortiz, the left-footed kicker, is now 4 for 4. 28-0 your score. Yankton leads this one big time, and right now it has been total domination as we hear the fight song for Yankton. We'll be back in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
And both teams still waiting to get onto the field, taking their time here, TJ, as I guess we're going to call this a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. 3:58 to play here in the first quarter. Bucks leading it big time, 28-0 over the Douglas Patriots in AA football in South Dakota. Patriots set to receive and looking to get something working for them on offense. As of right now, Yankton's defense, Yankton as a team really has just had their number so far, but coming off a defensive touchdown, gotta feel good if you're Yankton. Yankton lined up, Liam Villanueva yet again. We'll see if we can get 3 straight touchbacks. Has put some good leg into this one, but this one will be, well, they're gonna let it bounce. And it's going to stay in at the 1, just rolled into the end zone. TJ, we nearly had a situation where Douglas was going to have to pick it up at the 1 and probably not make it past the 1-yard line.
That was very close. He let it bounce at about the 1.5-yard line, and it didn't keep going, which is what he was expecting it to do. Took a small little roll and eventually found the goal line.
And as a returnman, it's kind of your worst fear, thinking, do I have to now pick this up as I've got 4 Bucks all running full speed at me, have now gotten by their defenders too. Either way, Patriots from their own 20, again, 1st and 10, they'll set it up on offense. Connor Wright with Sandel behind him. A duo of receivers on each side of the line, both far out. Wright drops back, a quick pass, picked off yet again! Cale Hazelhorst, another pick six, Yankton! Cale Hazelhorst with his second pick six of the year, his third interception. And TJ, this is a kid who between last season and now the 3 games so far this year, 11 interceptions.
He's having a fantastic season. He's reading the ball so well. He jumped all over that so quickly. The offense receiver didn't even see him coming.
That'll make it 34-0 here on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. We do have a Patriot down on the field. We'll take a quick break. We'll make sure we keep the camera off them. We'll be back in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And luckily, we do see the Patriot who was down walking to his sideline. It's Owen Moninger, number 2. 34-0 your score here. Yankton leads big time. And Kevin Ortiz on for his 5th extra point attempt here in the first quarter alone. Things are looking up for the Yankton Bucks tonight in this game at Crane Youngworth. Ortiz is 4 for 4. Looking to make number 5 as well. And he does. 35-0 your score. Bucks lead big time. Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton streaming on YouTube. Your home for Yankton Bucks football, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Back-to-back pick sixes here, TJ. Really a rough outing so far for Douglas, who's still looking for that first score of the year. But Yankton right now not making it easy. They're the number 1 ranked team on the polls, and they are tied for first in the standings as far as the power points work. And right now, certainly looking like a top team in AA.
And I think we're seeing the Bucks really work hard to have that as error-free a game as possible, which is what we talked about coming into this game.
Only 2 penalties for 20 yards. One of those was the kickoff going out of bounds. Doesn't feel like a true team penalty. But Yankton absolutely rolling right now with a 35-0 lead. 3:51 now to play here in the first quarter yet to go. That one will bounce in. Yet again, another touchback. The 20-yard line is where the Patriots will start on offense. Again, back-to-back pick sixes, though. You're starting to think, if you're Douglas, you're down 35 points, but you're almost afraid to throw the ball, as the last 2 times you've attempted, Yankton's taken it back for 6 of their own. This defense of Yankton having contributed to 14 of the 35 points. Yankton, a team that scores 45.5 points per game, and I think we might get a little higher than that here tonight, TJ.
Yeah, we're on pace for that. We're starting to see the team slow down a little bit in the transitions from kickoff to the field. It is hot out there. Remember, it's still 83 degrees.
With the handoff, diving up to the 25-yard line, Peyton Sandel gets a nice pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. And for Peyton Sandel, it's the best run he's had of the night. And if you're Douglas, you're feeling good that we finally had a positive gain here on first down. The analytics always point to a positive gain on first down is so crucial to if you are going to convert come 2nd and 3rd down. This one, they get a nice 4-yard pickup. Peyton Sandel looking to get positive on his yards. Connor Wright out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Once again, up the middle with Peyton Sandel, who has room to run. Crosses the 31st down. Douglas, a stiff arm, and he falls up to the 39-yard line. A 15-yard carry there for Peyton Sandel. Back-to-back good runs, and Douglas with their second first down here of the night.
Great misdirection play there. Yankton defensive line once again crashed in. They just over-pursued, and with the misdirection, he went the other way.
Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Yankton leads 35-0, but Douglas right now starting a drive. They now have the ball at their own 39-yard line after a 15-yard pickup on the ground for Peyton Sandel. Back-to-back runs for him, 2 carries, 19 yards. He'll get it a third time in a row. This one's going nowhere. A trio of Bucs defenders bring him down behind the line of scrimmage. Peyton Sandel was just getting it going with his feet, loses 2 there. The Bucs defense said, all right, you got us twice. This time we're not letting you go anywhere. And TJ, I'm not even sure who to credit with the tackle on that one.
I couldn't
see. The defensive line.
It was a group effort.
The Yankton defensive line got him on that one. That's tough to say. 2nd and 12 here for Douglas. Whistles will blow, and I believe it looks like an official's timeout, as now they're going to send over to the sideline for Yankton Carson Heck. In his place coming in will be Jake Walter. And that's something we saw in Huron, the officials sending players to the sideline frequently. Another handoff up the middle. Sandel tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Will gain none on the play, 3rd and 12.
Brought down by several Bucs.
And now you even hear the PA announcer here. Brought down by several Bucs.
And there were several Bucs in there, but it was Chase Platt coming up to fill the hole that stopped the run.
And Chase Platt, definitely a name you should expect to hear throughout the season. A very versatile player here for this Bucs defense. As linebacker, such an important position, as you said, filling up that hole on a run up the middle. 3rd and 12 here. Wright looks to throw it. He'll just lob it up in the air. Has a guy open into Bucs territory up to the 34-yard line. It's caught. And now a penalty. As TJ, did he flip the ball at the Bucs defender?
That's what it looked like. But we're not getting an indication one way or the other what they're calling.
As of now would be a 29-yard connection. It might be an after the play penalty, so this play will stand. And there it is, an unsportsmanlike contact.
We'll go from the succeeding spot, 15 yards back, first down.
So a 29-yard pickup, basically going to be turned into a 14-yard pickup. 1st and 10 still for Douglas, but that's just a play that Coach Johnson is not going to be happy about. You're down 35-0, you get a 29-yard pickup. You don't want to see your player flipping the ball at the defender. And on that catch was Isaiah Mestith. So now the ball up to the 49-yard line of the Bucs. This is the first play on the Bucs side of the field for this Douglas offense. Under a minute to play here. 35-0 your score. Sandel back up. No, not Sandel. A new runner in as Cale Allen will bring it forward for about a yard and a half. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brought down by number 66, Austin Conway.
Austin Conway gets the tackle. And right now, it kind of feels, TJ, like Douglas's offense greatly improved and just putting together overall a pretty solid drive. 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 35-0, Bucs lead this one, but Patriots offense moving the ball well on this drive. Connor Wright directing his team as the quarterback. And the whistles will blow, a penalty marker on the field. And I think this one's going 5 yards against Douglas.
We had encroachment lining up in the end.
And it'll actually be encroachment
5-yard penalty.
lined up in the neutral zone. We didn't get a number, but the Bucs defense picks up penalty number 3 for the team's total. 2nd and 3 now.
Penalty brings the ball to the 42.
And if you're Douglas, you're thinking, felt like that one was a gift. Now you've got a 2nd and short. It's very manageable, and if you don't pick it up, still 3rd and short. Surprised to not see a strong eye formation here. They've stuck with a lot of their plays, 2 on each side for receivers, and just 1 back as we hit the end of the first quarter. 35-0 your score. We've still got 36 minutes of Bucks football coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Whoa! I knew I should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day, and there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
After the first quarter of play, it's 35-0 favoring the Yankton Bucks over the Douglas Patriots. 12 minutes back on the clock here for the second quarter of play, and they'll flip sides of the field. Douglas right now, a 2nd and 3 coming up. They're currently on the Bucks' 43-yard line. As we see Cale Allen again, the back behind Connor Wright, not Sandel. And an option here now. Some trickery. Douglas, plenty of room to run. Up across the 30, penalty flag on the ground. I think we're going to have a block in the back. If not, a huge pickup here for Douglas.
We've got multiple flags down, different parts of the field.
And a lot of dirty laundry on the field as Joshua Smith had the carry. Should it stand, a big pickup, but I do think we're getting a block in the back. Now, after the play, thrown kind of down, out of bounds. We'll see if that gets called as well. They started at the 43, made it up to nearly the 25, it looked like, for the Patriots. So we do have a block in the back against Douglas. And then a multiple unsportsmanlike conducts there, TJ. I don't think Yankton liked that he flipped the ball at them.
I don't think they did, and like you said, he got put down pretty hard on the sideline, but I don't think that's what they called. I think there was some extra activity going on after he was down.
So as of now, 2nd and 3, we'll see where they spot the ball after. a cluster of penalties on this play. And it's going to go back to the 50-yard line. Not quite sure how they settled on an 8-yard penalty myself, TJ. But it'll be 2nd and 11. And I correct myself. I know exactly how they did. It's 10-yard from the spot of the foul. So 2nd and 11 here. Douglas picks up their 6th penalty. And after that drive was going so well, that penalty just kind of feels like a gut punch here for the Patriots. Again, still looking for their first score of the season. And now more. And, well, we just got the announcement. Isaiah Mestith, the one who flipped the ball at Yankton, he was one that picked up his 2nd personal foul. And, well, he's out of this game. Mestith is out of the game. Now a timeout called by Douglas. And we'll take that. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
2nd and 11 for the Douglas Patriots after their first called timeout by Coach George Johnson. And again, you got to wonder what words were exchanged on his sideline with Mesteth. 2nd and 11. Connor Wright has Allen behind him. Clear movement and a jump across the line for Carson Fultz. And that should be a false start. It is a 5-yard penalty, and that will make it 2nd and 16. That's already, TJ, the 7th penalty to go against Douglas. And that's not including the personal that was written off due to Yankton having one as well. 11:52. It feels like we're 5 minutes into the quarter. 8 seconds of game time. Wright will hand it off Allen. Allen up the middle. Somehow squeaked through the initial hole, but stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 3rd and 16 on the way.
After Douglas had a couple of nice plays for themselves, these penalties have really killed their drive. Now they're 3rd and very long after they were in a great position.
They went from 2nd and 3 now to 3rd and 16. As you just said, TJ, that's quite a difference there. And this is when that Yankton defense, you can play a little more lax. You can just pin your ears back and go for the ball. You can play a little more aggressive because you've got lots of room before they're anywhere near that first down. 3rd and 16 here. They'll take the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Sandel drives forward near midfield before he's brought down. He'll pick up 3. 4th and long, and I assume the punt unit going to be on the field shortly. A nice stop by the Bucs defense as they hold on strong, not having given up any points to the Douglas Patriots. 4th and 13. As Caden Reitz to punt it for the Patriots. Owen Eidsness, a very deadly returnman, back for Yankton. For him, it's been a somewhat quiet game, but it's because the offense for Yankton hasn't been on the field in multiple possessions due to pick sixes. A line drive of a punt bounces at the 35-yard line. Eidsness is going to let it roll a little bit. Picks it up, gets a block, but that'll be a block in the back. It's coming back before Eidsness wrapped up out of bounds. And, TJ, that one might be one of the more obvious penalties we've seen here.
It was quite obvious, and that's a difficult one because it was sort of behind the play. Anytime you get a block in the back behind the play, that's a frustrating penalty to take.
So Eidsness will not get his full return here. It's going to go back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And it is a block in the back, as normally the penalties are not on the kicking or punting teams. That's one of the safest bets in football. So if there's a penalty on any kind of kick or punt, it's going against the return team. And so Yankton will be backed up, the longest field of the day so far for them, as they'll be marched all the way back to their own 16-yard line, 1st and 10.
Penalty brings the ball to the 16-yard line. First down, Bucs.
Amaro in as the H-back. Sidlacek, the halfback. Bestie, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Hands it off. Sidlacek, great blocking up front. Dives forward. A nice pickup on first down of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 on the way.
And right away, this Bucs offense is returning to the run. I think we'll see them continue with that run with a pass here or there through this drive.
And on my stats, I have Jason Lachek at 101 rushing yards and a touchdown here. 9:50 to play in the second quarter. Bucks lead at 35-0. A quick pass over to Owen Eidsness. Puts a juke on the defender. Gets across. First down. Owen Eidsness, an electric player.
Push out of bounds by number 7, Jack Cofer.
A 9-yard pickup through the air from Tate Bestie for Owen Eidsness, his second catch of the game, 41 yards. Again, he did have a touchdown taken away for an illegal man downfield. 1st and 10, Yankton from their own 34-yard line. A strong formation here as Jason Lachek right back up the middle. Plenty of room. Nears midfield, brought down at the 48-yard line. A 14-yard pickup, and that'll make it a no-doubter that he's over 100 yards rushing on the night. Clock continues to run, 9.5, but Yankton still moving quick on offense, to no one's surprise. 2 receivers in a tight bunch to the right, 1 to the left here. Dropping back, Tate Bestie launches it deep. Had Owen Eidsness, had he hit him in stride, that was going all the way. Instead falls incomplete as we see the ref. A nice toss back to midfield. That's Bestie's first incomplete pass of the game.
And that pass just fell short, which normally on a pass that route, he hits him dead stride.
An unusual throw from Tate Bestie for sure. 2nd and 10 here for Yankton. Again, they'll hand it off up the middle. Sedlacek drags a defender across to the 48-yard line of Douglas. And again, some more contact after the play from each side. A 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 on the way. Yankton needs to get to the 42-yard line of Douglas. They'll snap the ball. Bestie's going to roll out on the far side. Throws it deep. Abe O'Brien has it. Caught up to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 28 yards. Abe O'Brien, his second catch of the night. And there is a penalty on the field. We'll see if this is coming back.
Just a great pass by Bestie there. He was on the run and was able to put that ball right in the hands, right near the sideline.
And unfortunately for Bestie and O'Brien, it's going to be a hold on Yankton's offense. That will negate a 28-yard pickup and send them 10 yards the other way. That's their 5th penalty now already here in the first half. 8:44 yet to play. It's going to be 3rd and 16 coming up. My stat sheet's getting a little ugly with these crossed outs on these penalty plays. 3rd and long here for Yankton. Ball is on the ground. Bestie instead hits it deep. Just out of reach for Abe O'Brien. Falls incomplete. 4th and long. This will be the first time we see Yankton to punt the ball in this one. And if you're Douglas, you've got to be thrilled with the outcome of this drive.
First time tonight we're seeing the punt team go back on the field. We'll see how we've done shoring up our blocking for a punt team.
And if you weren't watching last week, what TJ's getting at, there was 3 blocked punts for Yankton. This time, it won't be blocked. A line drive caught at the 27-yard line. That's where Douglas's offense will take over. 1st and 10 here. The Bucs defense back on the field, and it feels like the Bucs defense has been on the field for 90% of this game. Because when you get a pick 6, you just get sent right back out there. We haven't seen much of the offense in the second quarter. And again, TJ, we're only 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, and it started about 15 minutes ago.
Bucs doing a good job of changing up their defensive look, particularly with the defensive ends. This is, I think, the 3rd series in a row we're not seeing Edley Amaro on the field as an end.
And with a 35-0 lead, it is kind of that time to start switching things up, see how they work. A quick pitch here on the jet sweep, going nowhere. A tackle for a loss. Big play there for Madden McQuaid.
Sinkowski brings the ball to the 24-yard line. Brought down by number 5, Madden McQuaid.
Madden McQuaid didn't let Brody Slankoskis go anywhere on that carry.
2nd and 13 for the
2nd and 13 on the way. This is what we have seen all game. Just an impressive effort from this Bucs defense, not letting the run game get going at all. They gave up one 15-yard run, and outside of that, 4 yards is the biggest pickup as Sandel again goes nowhere. Sandel picks up 1. 3rd and 12 coming up. And TJ, again, we see 3rd and long here. We were just talking about how, as a defender, you've got a lot more breathing room when it's 3rd and long rather than 3rd and short. If that quarterback runs out and decides to take it himself, your safeties, your cornerbacks still have 12 yards to go and make the tackle.
And once again, we're seeing Yankton line up quite close to that line of scrimmage. They're being aggressive.
3rd and 12 here. Wright will take the snap. He drops back, lofts it high up into the air, goes out of bounds. Tegan LaCroix was the nearest player to the football, and Wright is probably happy that one's just going to go out of bounds. 4th and 12 coming up here. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter of play. The punt team back out, and the Bucks another opportunity to try and score on this one. Eidsness to return. As Caden Reeds to punt it away here for Douglas. A low snap, bobbles it. He's going to hang on to it, trying to get it off. Crushed! Yankton lands on it. Bucks start with it on their own 16.
And that was the only play he could do. He dropped the ball and ran with it for a few yards, tried to get the kickoff, but got hit mid-kick.
And for the college football fans, looked eerily similar to South Dakota State's punter, who tried running, just couldn't quite get away from the defenders. Ended up not being able to get a kickoff. 1st and 10 from the Douglas 16 here. Yankton's offense takes over. Great field and starting position here. Bestie takes the snap. Sedlacek met in the backfield, and he'll be thrown down, losing 2 yards. And it is the one time we've truly seen the Yankton line get beat in this game. 2nd and 12 coming up here. Yankton still moving quickly. 6.5 to play in the first half. Bucks lead at 35 in the red zone here. Owen Eidsness was in the backfield. He'll be shifted out. Handoff right back up the middle. Sedlacek. He'll pick up maybe a yard. And a great stop there. Again, Douglas's defense really picking up the heat here. They forced a punt in the last possession. Now 2 lost yards for Yankton so far on this drive. 3rd and 12. Bestie puts Boomsma from the left to the right where there's 3 receivers. He's going to roll out that way as well. Fires it, a pretty spiral into the hands of Owen Eidsness. Touchdown, Yankton. Tate Bestie, a beautiful thrown ball. A 16-yard touchdown connection from Bestie to Eidsness.
And you could not have executed that play any better. Beautiful route, patience by your quarterback, nice touch, ends in a touchdown.
41-0, that makes the score. Bucks lead, 5:55 to play here in the first half. Ortiz yet again another extra point here. And we had about that 4-minute stretch where the Bucks scored as many touchdowns and as many minutes as they played. And now Ortiz boots it through, makes this one 42-0. The Bucks leading big time as we near the half on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
42-0 after the connection. Tate Bestie, a 16-yard touchdown throw to Owen Eidsness, who gets his first touchdown of the game. Bucks to kick it away again here. Liam Villanueva boots it up. He's got some power on it, not as much as we've seen, as this one caught at the 7-yard line. Douglas looking to return it, swarmed at the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll start yet again another possession. Carson Krall on the tackle, but again, you could credit about 3 different Yankton players with the tackle. Douglas just looking to get some points on the board here before we head to our Vacher Yankton halftime show. We've also got an interview with one of the team captains of the Bucks at halftime, so you want to keep it here for that. Our Beyond the Game as well, halftime stats, game trends, what's going on, and everything. All coming up here. 5:50 to play now in the first half of play. Wright looks to throw it on first down. Fires it across his body. Picked off yet again. Bringing it the other way. Tegan LaCroix, a pick 6. 48-0. When it rains, it pours, TJ. I just mentioned how we had slowed down from all the touchdowns not so long ago. And Tegan LaCroix says, not so fast. I'll get another one real quick.
And I think we can credit the defensive ends with that interception. They converged on the quarterback. That was Edley Amaro and Jacob Bivens. They converged at the same time, made him rush the throw, ended up in an interception.
48-0 now your score, and Ortiz to make it 49-0. Great to see Ortiz bounce back after what was a somewhat rough week 1. So far, he's 6 for 6 on the night, looking for his 7th extra point made, and that is a no-doubter. 49-0 your score with 5:41 to play in the first half. The Bucks up big time on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. After the pick 6, the Bucks lead this one 49-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Kickoff here yet again. We've seen plenty of these. Both Liam Villanueva and Kevin Ortiz kicking the ball for Yankton had plenty of action on the field here tonight as it's booted, and this one caught at the 9-yard line. Douglas an opportunity for a good return as they go up the middle. Tackled at the 24-yard line. It's a better start than a lot of their other drives, but by a few yards, 5.5 to play, and now a player down on the field for Douglas. And you wonder, with the heat and humidity, is Wyatt Kapke the player down? You got to wonder, TJ, if it's cramps now.
As much as they've been running, Yankton, of course, sticks with their no-huddle offense and just keeps this game going quickly. It is hot. It's still above 80 down there, and this is an artificial turf field, which holds the heat and reflects it back to these players, even though the sun's gone down.
So Kapke, hopefully he's all right. We'll return in a moment. We'll take a quick break and keep you updated. And again, hopefully he's all right.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Back to the field as Kapke is able to walk on his own, which is great to see. You wonder if we've seen the last of him here tonight. Patriots, though, with the ball on their own 24-yard line. That is where this offensive possession will start here. We're about an hour and 5 minutes into this game so far. Bucks lead it big time, 49-0 with 5:36 to play in the first half. Again, this is kind of what it looked like last year when these teams played. 74-6 was your final score. That one in Box Elder, and that is quite the drive to make. This time Douglas had to make it. And I did ask Muth, I said, I'm sure you're glad you're not making the trip. And he said, yeah, you know, those teams out west, they're kind of used to traveling frequently. For us, it's once or twice a year, so you feel it really takes its toll. A handoff up the middle, goes nowhere, brought down at the 20-yard line is Sandel, a loss of 2 to 3 yards. Second and long coming up. They'll credit him with getting up to the 21-yard line. Second and 12 coming up. And for this Bucks defense, still have not given up any points. They've given up 50 total points between week 1 and week 2. Week 3 right now holding strong over halfway through the second quarter of play. Second and 12 here. 2 receivers on each side of the line, both spread out wide. Right takes the snap. Right again. Back up the middle goes Sandel. Gets the original line of scrimmage before he's stuffed. Third and long on the way.
And this Bucks defensive line now, even though it seemed like they took a few plays off, they're back to controlling the line of scrimmage, and Douglas can't go anywhere.
And it's tough as a running back. You've got to think for Peyton Sandel, every time he gets that ball, barring 1 or 2 runs so far in this game, he's got a defender in his face in his own backfield before he's even reaching the line of scrimmage. He has 5 of his 11 runs have went for negative yardage, and 2 of those just getting back to the line of scrimmage. That leaves 4 runs with a positive gain for Peyton Sandel. Now Wright wants to throw it. That one straight to the turf. Incomplete, 4th down. And right now, Connor Wright, his last 6 passing attempts, 1 for 6, 29 yards, 3 interceptions, TJ. You can't give this Yankton defense enough credit, as there's not one part of the defense that has played worse. I mean, you look at it as 3 pick sixes for the defense, but then on the opposite side, as I was mentioning, Peyton Sandel, only 4 of his 11 rushing attempts have went for positive yards.
Yankton defense is just putting together a complete game today. They're doing very well.
Another low snap on the punt, this time blocked yet again, and that one won't go very far, goes out near the 25-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. Is Yankton going to be penalized with running into the kicker? And we have roughing the kicker, and TJ, I don't understand this call, as of what I saw is that punt was blocked. So if it wasn't blocked, then you can get your roughing the punter.
Well, certainly it was blocked because it only landed 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage and out of bounds.
And so that will be a 15-yard penalty against Yankton and an automatic 1st and 10 here for Douglas. Little bit of a head scratcher there again. I mean, you are allowed to make contact with the punter when you block the punt. Either way, Yankton will pick up the 15-yard penalty. The ball spotted at the 36. Douglas 1st and 10 with just under 4 to play in the half. Two receivers on each side as usual. Connor Wright out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Up the middle goes Cale Allen. Cale Allen is going to lose 2. Just nothing going on here for the run game right now of Douglas. And TJ, outside of Peyton Sandel running the football, 5 rushing attempts from different players, and they've got a total of negative 10 yards. You just cannot get a better effort from your defensive front, as the Bucks have gotten tonight, as they'll quick flip footballs here. 2nd and 12 on the way. And we thought maybe there was a flag on the play. There wasn't, so 2nd and 12 is what it'll remain. Connor Wright Puts a man into motion, into the backfield. Now Peyton Sandel will get the handoff, trying to go outside the numbers. He's met by the Bucks at the line of scrimmage, gets pushed out of bounds after a pickup of maybe a couple.
As you were just saying, Douglas is in a difficult position here where if they pass, they've thrown interceptions. When they run, they're not getting past the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10 coming up here, and that's really your run stopping. If you can't run the football, that's usually not a good sign of how that game is going to go for you at any level of football. Running the football, you've got to be efficient. And on the flip side for Yankton, Sedlacek over 100 rushing yards and a touchdown. Tate Bestie, 1 carry, 15 yards and a touchdown. And Edley Amaro, 1 carry, 23 yards and a touchdown. It's just been 2 totally different outcomes on each side. Wright wants to throw it, puts it up. His man makes a great catch up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 5. As Brody Slenkowskis, his first catch, 5 yards he picks up, makes it 4th and 5. Connor Wright, a completion. And it was not an easy catch there for Slenkowskis. Had to go up and grab that one, TJ. And looks like Douglas is going to keep their offense on the field. And you feel like you probably have to. 4th and 5, you're down 49 here. Bucks defense with a chance for a turnover here. Again, Slenkowskis goes into motion. Edley Amaro gets by his man. Ball is thrown up too high, and it'll go out of bounds incomplete. And right there, Edley Amaro Jr. was the difference maker. Put pressure right in Wright's face. Forced him to overthrow that football. Turnover on downs. Yankton with a 1st and 10 in Douglas territory. The 40-yard line is where the Bucks will start this offensive drive. TJ, can they do it one more time to give themselves a 50-plus point lead here? Taking the snap, Tegan LaCroix in at quarterback with the option. He's going to keep it with his feet. Gets to the outside, crosses the 20. No one left to beat. Flag on the play, but LaCroix did bring it in. And I think that one's coming back, but Tegan LaCroix would have had a 40-yard touchdown run, but definitely feel like that was a block in the back or a hold of some sort on the run.
What a great run by Tegan LaCroix, though.
And it really was. Once he got to the outside, all he had to do was make one guy miss, and he was pretty much able to take it all the way. And it was that nice little jump cut back into the middle of the field. But instead it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And we'll see where they spot them. The 30-yard line is looking like that's where it'll stay. So Tegan LaCroix will pick up yardage with his feet. Now a handoff up the middle. Sedlacek, plenty of room to run. He's got a full head of steam, dives forward up to the 13-yard line. A 17-yard pickup, Jay Sedlacek.
Brought down by number 21, Josh Smith. That's enough for a Yankton Bucks.
We've crossed the 2-minute mark here in the first half of play. The Bucks with a 1st and 10 from their own from Douglas's 12-yard line. As LaCroix takes a snap, fires it over. Abe O'Brien catches it, puts a move on the defender, back towards the middle of the field, fighting over defenders, falls forward to the 4-yard line. TJ, what an effort there from Abe O'Brien.
That was an incredible fight he just put on.
Made about 4 defenders miss there. A pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. LaCroix takes the snap. Miscommunication up the middle. Sedlacek goes. He's got the first down. Is he in for the touchdown? No, he stopped at the 1. A 3-yard pickup. 1st and goal.
That was so close to being a broken play. But somehow he got the ball into Sedlacek's hands. Instead, it's a gain.
Now 1 minute to play, and that's you've got Tegan LaCroix at quarterback. He's only taken a few snaps, and they were designed runs earlier in the year. Bucks with 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Tegan LaCroix bobbles the snap. He'll hand it off. Sedlacek gets hit by multiple defenders in the backfield, and he loses 2.
Sedlacek brought down at the
Do you think they knew that one was coming, TJ?
I think they were looking for it. And that one was a snap to the left, and the run was to the right. Otherwise, I think we would have seen a different play.
So 2nd and goal now, back to the 3-yard line here for Yankton. 23 seconds to go. LaCroix wants to throw it, has time, now forced to roll out, lobs it up, back of the end zone, just out of the reach of Abe O'Brien, had him wide open in the corner there. Incomplete, 3rd and goal on the way.
He had a fairly wide open field. I think he could have taken that one himself if he wanted to, but he sure looked like he wanted to make a pass tonight.
So 3rd and goal on the way, Bucks at their own 3-yard line. 16 seconds to play here in the first half as the Bucks, they've got all 3 timeouts should this play be stopped inbounds. LaCroix fakes the handoff on the option, out to Sedlacek. Sedlacek puts his shoulder down, touchdown Yankton! Chase Sedlacek gets a 3-yard touchdown run. He is on a roll, over 120 rushing yards on the night, 2 touchdowns. Right now he's unstoppable, 55-0. Yankton leads this one. And now we'll see a change for the extra point. Liam Villanueva rather than Kevin Ortiz. Ortiz, if he's done kicking extra points, 7 for 7 on the night. Villanueva to make it 56-0 should he make it. Kick is up and just sneaks through. 56-0, Yankton up big time. Bucks football is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
56-0 after another Jay Sedlacek touchdown run. Bucks lead it late into the second quarter, 10 seconds to play, 56-0, as Douglas still looking to score for the first time of the year. Villanueva got the extra point. Now he's on the field for the kickoff. He'll put it on the ground, a squib kick. Well, a false start on Yankton. How often do you see a false start? Or it's a kicking infraction, excuse me. Still pretty uncommon to see them blow it dead before the ball was even touched by one of the return men. So a 5-yard penalty here on Yankton. That is their 8th penalty. Douglas started out more so with penalties, and now Yankton has caught up and actually added one more, as Douglas only at 7 now. Villanueva, an extra long field to kick now. Douglas, you got to wonder with 10 seconds and after you catch the ball, even less if they just take a knee to send it to half. As that one booted deep, as it'll be caught at the 10-yard line even with the penalty. Returning it are the Patriots to the 25-yard line. They'll try to reverse field. No such luck. And Douglas with 4 seconds in the half on their own 25-yard line. And, TJ, you've got to imagine they're going to take a knee here.
I think that would be the right thing to do. Just take a knee, go into halftime, and talk about it.
Regroup, try to get something rolling. They'll officially spot it at the 24-yard line. As Yankton up big time, well on their way to putting up win number 3 in as many games this season. Next week, they've got quite the challenge, TJ. They've got their AAA opponent, Harrisburg, on Saturday. And that could be a tough game, but Yankton feels like every game, of course, they feel like they've got an opportunity. And now some jumping on the lines. We'll see who it's called on. 5 yards one way or another, and it's a false start on Douglas. So now 16 penalties in the game, 8 on each side. It's going to be another thing Coach Muth not thrilled with his team. Has his team already at 75 yards of penalties. And TJ, we talked about how I said, well, week 2 is better than week 1 because he only had 76 yards. Well, first half's not quite over 75 yards. 1st and 15 here. Douglas, realistically one play. They'll run it up the middle. Sandal thrown down in the backfield. Edley Amaro Jr. What a way to end the half. A loss of 3 in Edley Amaro Jr. A great defensive play for the Bucks. We enter halftime. It's 56-0. A huge lead here for the Bucks. We'll take a quick break. Coming up, our Vacher Yankton halftime show. We've got stats, game trends, what we expect to see differently on the field in the second half, an interview with the team captain. Lots to come here. You're going to want to keep it tuned for the Vacher Yankton halftime show on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Starting with First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
And as you just saw the commercial for the Bonesetter, I'm Zach Spear alongside TJ Stotz, the owner of the Bonesetter, helping out on color commentary, former Yankton Bucks football players. We enter our Vishay Yankton halftime show. Vishay Yankton, define the world's future. Vishay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay, building the DNA of tech. Of course, your score right now, 56-0 at the half. TJ, what are some thoughts you have from this game so far?
Well, certainly Yankton is controlling the game in all aspects right now, but what we are seeing is way more penalties than we were expecting. We were really hoping to see them have a very clean game tonight, and that's not what we've seen.
And on the flip side for Douglas, just struggling to get it rolling on either offense or defense. We did see one nice stop they got and forced Yankton into a punt. And outside of that, they did have one nice offensive drive that got derailed there by penalties. What kind of changes and adjustments do you think each side's going to make, TJ? I mean, Yankton, you got to assume probably not too many adjustments, and we're probably going to see a lot of backups and second and third stringers in this second half. But if you're Douglas, what kind of changes are you thinking of making?
I think Douglas is going to come out and play as aggressively as they possibly can. At this point, they've got nothing to lose. And they are probably expecting Yankton to come out not with their starters even right away to start the second half. So they have an opportunity to make some scores or at least make some good momentum going into next week for themselves.
So now for your halftime stats, we'll start with the Douglas Patriots. And leading the way running the ball, Peyton Sandel, 13 carries, 9 yards. Joshua Smith has 1 carry in which he lost 7 yards. Cale Allen with 3 carries and a net gain of 0 yards. And then finally running the ball, one time, Brody Slankowskis, 1 carry for a loss of 3 yards. Again, right now, just looking at this, Douglas at the half has -1 rushing yards total in the game. Throwing the football, Connor Wright, 4 of 13, 63 yards, 3 interceptions at the half. And receiving for the Patriots, Hunter Frericks with 2 catches, 29 yards. Brody Slankowskis, 1 catch, 5 yards. And Isaiah Mesteth, he had the 1 catch for 25 yards. And again, he got ejected after 2 misconduct penalties. They've got 8 penalties for 65 yards as a team. For the Yankton Bucks, leading the way running the football. And well, of course, I just realized I didn't add up the total. So we'll get back to Jason Lachek, who's had a very nice night on the ground. Certainly over 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns for him. As we do the quick math in our head, 138 yards off of 14 carries. 2 touchdowns for Jason Lachek. And TJ, feels like a nice bounce-back game for the back, who really hasn't been able to get it rolling quite yet this year.
We don't see him doing much different tonight, but he is continuing to run very, very hard. But what we have seen him do different is once he gets to that line of scrimmage, he's finding a way for himself to get extra yardage.
And throwing the football, Tate Bestie right now only has 6 attempts, but 4 for 6, 65 yards and a touchdown. Again, he has a 30-plus yard touchdown to Owen Eidsness, was taken away by penalty, but 4 for 6, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Tegan LaCroix had 2 attempts, 1 for 2, 8 yards. Catching the football, Owen Eidsness with 3 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. And Abe O'Brien, 2 catches for 16 yards. The Bucks, though, 8 penalties, 75 yards they have given up because of that. And now that mercy rule, so to speak, in AA football, it's a running clock rather than game over. Otherwise, this game would be wrapped up here tonight. But the 40-point lead or more, which the Bucks are up 56-0, will give a running clock throughout the second half of action here. The Bucks, though, have just done it all here on the field. Again, I did mention I got a chance to chat with one of the team captains, as talked with Tate Bestie coming off a 300-yard performance, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Let's listen to that conversation now. Bucks football brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. On our Vishay Yankton halftime show, now chatting with Tate Bestie, starting quarterback of the Yankton Bucks. Tate, your team is off to a good start. How's it feel to win those first 2 games?
It was great. We came into the year hoping we could start off well, and I'd say we definitely did that.
And you come into this year as a starting quarterback with lots of expectations on the season. How do you avoid getting too caught up in all of the extras like that and just going out and playing some good football?
I just got to trust my guys on my team. I know if I just give them chances, they'll help me out, and that's what they've done so far.
And through your first 2 games, you've thrown for over 550 yards, touchdown-interception ratio of 8-2. Is there one play that sticks out to you this far?
I don't know. I just think throwing to Owen Eisness has been key this whole year. Lots of big plays from us so far.
And of course, as a quarterback, I know sometimes you can be a little critical. Is there any plays that sit in your mind thinking, man, I really shouldn't have done that one?
Yeah, the pick 6 at here, and I don't even know what I was thinking. Just try not to do that again.
And now coming up, you host the Douglas Patriots. If you and the Bucks want to get another win, what are some things you're going to have to do well?
Just keep doing what we do. We're going to run the ball. The line's going to block well like they have been, and we're going to try and score a lot of points and get the dub.
And now, do you have any pregame rituals? And if not, how do you get ready for each game?
Not really rituals. I just go out on the field, mess around with my friends, throw the ball around a little bit, just stay loose before the game. Don't want to get too tight.
Well, thanks for the chat, Tate. I really appreciate it. Now let's see some more touchdowns Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh, my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice-cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. Just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memory Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
56-0 the Bucks lead here. Douglas at the half. Time for your halftime Beyond the Game. Brought to you by Kaylin's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kaylin's. Outside of course, our football game here tonight, golf boys had a varsity invitational at 10 a.m. this morning against multiple schools. That was held at Yankton Hillcrest Golf Club. Tomorrow, some action. The tennis girls middle school has a jamboree at 9 against multiple schools. That'll be in Mitchell. Volleyball, girls 9A triangular starting at 9 a.m. against multiple schools. That's at Norfolk High School. Cross country with a varsity invitational. That'll start at 9:30 a.m. against multiple schools at Brandon McHardy Park. And then cross country middle school with an invitational also at Brandon McHardy Park. That's starting at 11:15 a.m. We do have an event on Sunday, and that is going to be South Dakota Junior football games from 1 until 5:30 p.m. at the high school SAC football and soccer practice field east. Then a look into next week. Golf with a boys junior varsity ESD tournament. That's at 10 a.m. at Lakeview Golf Course. And then a JV ESD golf tournament at Brookings at 10 a.m. Volleyball with a middle school girls 7th grade match against Mitchell. That's held at Yankton at 4 o'clock. And then an 8th grade match as well, 4 o'clock against Mitchell at Yankton Middle School North Gym. ABC matches for football JV game versus Sioux City East at Sioux City East Middle School at 4:30. Again, this is Monday. And a full slate of events on Tuesday. Lots of sports action. And that's so many. I would recommend heading to the Yankton High School website. Wednesday, an FFA varsity event against Parker at Parker High School. And that's at 9:30 in the morning. Again, 56-0 your score. The Bucks lead the Douglas Patriots. That was halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kaylin's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. It's been a big game so far for the Bucks, well on their way to their third victory on the year. In their third game, they'll stay undefeated, barring some kind of collapse in the second half here tonight, but still 24 minutes to play. We'll have a running clock to start for sure the second half. We'll see how long the Yankton starters are out on the field. What we usually see from Muth is he likes to get his starters with one rep into the second half when they've been up big like this. Douglas is already on the field. We've got about 98 seconds before halftime officially over. We'll see if they make them wait out the 90-plus seconds or if they just say, let's get rolling here, as we're about an hour, 37 minutes from when this game first started. And it looks like both teams are going to take to the field. And we'll cut halftime short by about a minute and 10 seconds here. Yankton to kick this off. Douglas with an opportunity here to start the second half with a score. Again, we'll have our running clock, so definitely will be a quick second half here at Crane Youngworth, but still plenty of big plays I'm sure to come on the way. You'll want to keep it here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Still huddled up is Yankton. 12 minutes have been put on the clock here at Crane. And now they'll break their huddle, line up for a kickoff. In the third quarter of action, nearly underway here. Again, the Patriots will receive the kick. Bucks to boot it away. Liam Villanueva, yet again, another kick for the Buck. Launches this one. It'll bounce out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A penalty for Yankton to start the third quarter. It'll be a 15-yard penalty for Yankton. And moving up to the 35-yard line, as we do have a player down on the field here for Douglas. And really didn't see a whole lot of contact. We'll keep the camera off of him. And we will take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment here with the third quarter on the way. Douglas Patriots with the football and the Bucks on defense.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And here on the field, still a Douglas Patriot on the turf. And now they're going to bring out the stretcher here. Really hoping it's nothing serious. Again, we'll keep the camera off out of respect for the player on the ground here. Has all of the Bucks on a knee right now, hoping the best for the Patriot player on the ground. Same with the Douglas sideline. Every player on one knee. And as we were watching the ball, didn't really see what happened on that play, but certainly you've got to assume a big collision here. And that's really, we've seen Yankton in this game has just been the stronger team of the two. And right now, a Patriot has just been on the ground for about the last 5 minutes or so. And now they'll lift him up onto the stretcher here, as it is deadly silent here at Crane Youngworth. Kind of the same thing going through everyone's mind, hoping the kid's okay. Still no signal or anything, as the medical staff on the team here. For Yankton, it's been a great night of football. 56-0, they lead. Would like to take a moment here while we have time to thank our Sportscaster Club members. We could not do it without you, as well as our Element sponsors. Those include our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank Yankton, Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion, our starting lineup sponsor. Last week's highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. Replays are all brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Water breaks, Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard, as we just had our Vichay Yankton halftime show. Halftime Beyond the Game brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Our post-game sponsor, the same as our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank. And at the end of the game, we'll have our hot hands / hitter of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. But again, still working on the stretcher and getting the player up and off the field. We'll take another break here, and hopefully when we return, some good news as a young man down on the field right now and has been for some time.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vichay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vichay by visiting VichayCareers.com. Vichay is an equal opportunity employer. Vichay, the DNA of tech.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
And returning to the field here as the stretcher has been rolled off of the field. And again, we just hope that the Douglas Patriot who was rolled off is going to be okay, as they're going to bring him over to the ambulance. And you could just tell everyone in this stadium was feeling for that young man on the field right there. Just hoping it's nothing serious. The Bucks back out on the field, ready to play some defense. We have yet to start our second half here. Douglas Patriots football, they'll have 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. A great job by the medical staff here at Crane Youngworth, taking the best care as possible of the players on the field. As now back to game time here. Douglas with 1st and 10, they'll break out of their huddle. Again, we'll have a running clock here in the second half as it's 56-0 favoring Yankton. 12 minutes on the clock. Connor Wright takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Up the middle goes Sandals. Sandals stuffed at the line of scrimmage. He'll try to push forward, but whistles will blow and credit him with no yards on the pickup. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And as you stated earlier, Coach Muth likes to get his starting defense and offense out on the field at halftime, and they are out there right now.
We do see a few subs as Edley Amaro and Talon Kenny both take to the bench, or sideline, I should say. I didn't see the first sub, but we did see Austin Stotes getting in, a senior for this Buck squad. 2nd and 9, they did give him a yard on that one. As now a pass attempt here as rolling out, firing it up. That one picked off. Yankton, an interception across the 20 to the 10. Makes a cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Bucks! Gavin Johnson with pick 6, number 2, but a penalty marker on the field. We'll see. As of now, it is a touchdown. We'll see if it counts or not, though.
Holding on White, decline.
And so it'll be a holding on Douglas, as that'll stand as a touchdown for Yankton. Gavin Johnson Pick six, number 2 on the night. Make it 62-0. On for the extra point again is Liam Villanueva. Hold is good. Villanueva puts a good leg on it, puts it over the stands behind, and that'll make it 63-0 as it's Jack Coper in as quarterback who just threw that last pick six for the Patriots. 10:26 to play in the third quarter. We'll leave it here. We've been taking a lot of ads, of course, as we've seen a lot of scores, and with that latest injury, so we'll keep it here. But TJ, you keep your starters out there, and immediately they answer the call. 2 plays and a touchdown again by this Bucs defense.
And the Bucs defense really just swarmed after that quarterback. Even after the subs had gone in, they were able to put enough pressure on him that he couldn't get set up for a throw, and Gavin Johnson pulls in an interception.
Gavin Johnson got to be happy with his day so far. 2 interceptions, both he's taken back to the house for a pick six. Just about as good of a game as you can ask for out of a defender. But he's not the only one with a pick six. Tegan LaCroix's got one, and so does Cale Hazelhorst. 4 pick sixes for this defense. That is 28 points directly contributed by this Yankton Bucs defense. 63-0, 10.5 to play in the third quarter. Another kickoff here for Yankton with the Patriots to receive. Jack Coper, again, was in at quarterback for the Patriots. His first attempt heads the other direction. We'll see if he's in for this drive as well. And on the kickoff, that one will be caught at the 15. Not caught, but dropped. Picked up by the Patriots as now Cale Allen, an opportunity to return, gets it up to the 29-yard line. And for the Bucs, it was not Villanueva. It was Asher Knuckles doing the kicking. And he was listed as one of 3 possible kickers for extra points and field goals from Muth and this coaching staff. First and 10 from their own 29-yard line is Douglas. And it will be Coper still in the game in place of Connor Wright. Connor Wright's probably wrapped up for the night. 4 interceptions, 4 pick sixes for the Bucs defense. Up the middle, thrown to the ground, a loss of 2. The Bucs defense stands strong as Sandel loses 2. Second and 12 on the way. Sandel will now head over to the sideline as he's now at 8 yards off of 15 carries. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Again, up the middle, Cale Allen, nothing going on there, stopped at the line of scrimmage. This Yankton Bucs defensive line is so tough to run against.
And now I believe that we have rotated out the entire defense, and so we are down to the second string. And this second string is playing tough in their first few plays so far.
Third and 12 on the way, 8:45 to play here in the third quarter. Clock has been running, but we've had a couple runs up the middle, so either way clock would have been running. 63-0, Yankton on top big time. And you've got to imagine they'll stay at number 1 in the polls after this game. Coper takes a snap, fakes it. He's going to keep it himself, has some room to run, gets to the outside, pushed out of bounds near the 36-yard line, short of the first down.
Great fake there by Coper. I think he had the entire team fooled and was able to make it a foot race to the sideline.
So Jack Coper picks up 7 with his feet, 4th and 4 coming up, so they'll give him 8. And it looks like they will punt it away. A little surprised to see Douglas not going for it. The Bucs offense will have their first possession here in the second half. And again, we'll see if it's the starters or the second string team. Not the best snap, but this one does get up and away as that one bounces near the 45-yard line and will roll to the 33. It's where the Bucs offense will take over. Bucs offense right now as it looks like Jackson Kudera is going to be in the game. So that answers the question. If the second stringers will be in, Kudera technically quarterback number 3 on the team. Tegan LaCroix is the backup, and those two next year are going to have a battle for that starting spot as Kudera, a sophomore, Tegan LaCroix, a junior, and it should be exciting as quarterback battles are always fun, and it just brings out the best in each player. Kudera now with his first snaps here of varsity this season. We'll have a penalty. They're going to say Yankton touched the football, and so it'll be a fumble, and it'll be Douglas Patriots football. That's a turn of events there, TJ. They could have returned it for a touchdown.
Well, that's surprising because hardly anybody on the field, in fact, nobody on the field acted like Yankton touched that football.
So it will be Patriots football, and now they've got an opportunity for that first score of the season. They'll take over at the Bucs' 35-yard line. A short field to go. And you know Douglas would love to score. Going all the way deep. Nearly pulling it in for a one-handed catch. It falls incomplete as Coper throws an incomplete pass. The intended receiver, we'll see what number we've got, wanted the pass interference. He's not going to get it. And on the play, looks like it was Hunter Ferricks. He almost pulled it down, looked like, TJ. That would have been an incredible one-handed catch.
That was a great effort on his behalf. He did almost pull that in.
2nd and 10 now. 63-0. The score remains. Bucs up big time here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. A man goes into motion from the left to the right side of the field. Pressure on Coper. Coper's going to tuck the ball and run with it. He's going to get up to the first down line. Looks like he has enough for a first. He'll pick up 11 yards as he's got 2 carries, 19 yards, and this Patriots offense inching closer to their first score of the year. Ball spotted now at Yankton's 24-yard line. TJ, on the flip side, you know Yankton does not want to be the team to let them get their first score here. And it looks like Peyton Sandel back in as the halfback here. He'll take the snap. No, Coper fakes it. He's going to take it himself again. Falls to the ground at the 21-yard line. He'll pick up 3. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Coper's doing a great job of fooling us with these fake handoffs.
And now they'll move it back to a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. And you said it there, TJ. He's really ran the ball efficiently, much better than anyone else on his team. 3 carries right now for 21 yards. He's averaging 7 yards a carry. No other player is averaging even 1 yard per carry outside of him. 2nd and 8, 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Patriots offense is moving the football. They're on the Bucs' 23-yard line. Slankowskis gets put into motion. Coper wants to send it deep, just over the hands of his intended target, Carson Fultz. Fultz had room to run. Had that throw been down, would have been 1st and goal for sure for Douglas, possibly a touchdown for the Patriots. Instead, 3rd and 8. In coverage, Brennan Gilmore for the Bucs. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Bucs with an opportunity for a big stop here. 3rd and 8. You've got to think Douglas is going for it should they not make it. Coper puts a man into motion. Again, it's Slankowskis. Takes the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Fires it deep. Up into the air it goes. Nearly picked off as that one straight up dropped by Yankton. Brennan Gilmore had the opportunity on that, TJ. Instead, just falls incomplete. Now a timeout is going to be called by Douglas. It is their first used timeout here of the second half. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's bedroom groups by Laguna and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
And as we return to the field, an immediate false start on Douglas. A 5-yard penalty. It'll push him back for a 4th and 13. That is Douglas's first penalty of the second half. And now I believe they just changed it against Yankton. I thought they said false start, TJ. Now it's going the other way.
They started and they end up calling an encroachment.
So instead it becomes 4th and 3. So 4th and short, a real opportunity here for Douglas, who's trying to score their first touchdown of the season. Coper will drop back, fires it deep, into the end zone he goes! Falls incomplete. Bucks defense holds strong in that one. You know the Bucks were holding their breath on that one, TJ.
They sure were, because he had him beat in the end zone, and he just missed the ball in outstretched hands.
So the Bucks will take over on offense within their own 20-yard line. At about the 18 is where they'll take over, maybe the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Yankton, 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Well, it's certainly been a fast third quarter. 83 seconds to play in the quarter as Kudera is going to take the snap, hands it off. Up the middle, the Bucks go, and stopped at the line of scrimmage there. We'll see who's on the carry. And it's number 8. That would be Carson Kroll, his first carry of the year. No gain, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, right back up the middle they go. Better luck this time as they'll get about halfway to the first down marker. A pickup of 5 for Kroll, make it 3rd and medium.
And Kroll had a nice big hole to run through there. Good job by the line.
They'll give him 6. It's 3rd and 4 here for Yankton. 30 seconds here. They will have to snap the ball as it's about a 2-second difference between play clock and game clock. But with this Bucks offense, wouldn't even be surprised if they get 2 plays off here. Kudera will take the snap on the option, keeps it up himself, up to the 30-yard line. First down, Yankton. A 7-yard run for Jackson Kudera, his first of the year. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. 63-0 your score. Yankton leads with the football and a fresh set of downs when we return on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
1 quarter left to play. The Bucks lead at 63-0. 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line here Jackson Cooter in as quarterback here for the Bucks. Takes the snap. Up the middle they'll go. Running the ball and trucking forward is Carson Krall. Picks up 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Carson Krall putting his shoulder down and just dragging the defenders with him. Makes it 2nd and short as we have under 12 minutes of play left in this one. One receiver far out left, one to the right here. Kudera out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Again, he'll hand it off to Krall. Krall breaks through the first tackle, 1 yard shy of the first down. He's brought down a pickup of 2, but Carson Krall made that play happen. He was going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage before he avoided the tackle and does a nice job staying on his feet moving forward.
Krall is doing a good job of really getting those legs to turn over, and he pulled his feet out of the grasp of the defender there. That's what sprung him to the gain.
3rd and short, 1 yard needed here. Once again, Krall gets his name called, takes it to the outside, plenty of grass to run. Up to midfield, he'll get to the 50, a pickup of 11, and another Bucks first down. Carson Krall now with 5 carries in the game. 26 yards. He's averaging just over 5 yards per carry after his first carry went for no gain. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right here for Kudera. Ball is spotted on the left hash of the 50-yard line. Kudera drops back. His first pass attempt here. Guns it deep and just put a little too much on it. Falls incomplete. And I'll tell you one thing about that pass, TJ. It wasn't caught, but it didn't look like Kudera had to put too much into that one. With the flick of his wrist, threw it 25 yards down the field.
That was a great pass. He just barely overthrew Hunter Cap by about 1.5 yards.
And so 2nd and 10 here, Yankton right at midfield. Kudera takes the snap, hands it off once again, and getting stuffed behind the line of scrimmage there is Jolton Remnitz Hahn. They're going to say got back up to the line of scrimmage and no more. 3rd and 11. They did give him a loss of 1 yard on it after the initial spot had him at the 50-yard line, now at the 49. 3rd and 11 for this Bucks offense. Kudera, the snap on the ground. He'll just fall on it, and that will bring up 4th and long here. And that's a smart move by Jackson Kudera. You do not want to give up the ball. Just couldn't quite bring in that high snap. He'll lose 5 yards on it. But either way, did not turn the ball over in his team's own territory. Instead, a punt here from the Bucks. Quick score update on other games in AA. Huron defeated T-Area 16-0. A big win for Huron and really makes week 1 for Yankton look awfully impressive. The punt is up here, has some distance to it, goes out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And Douglas, you start wondering if it's going to be their final opportunity to try and score a touchdown. Again, in other games, Pure TF Riggs defeating Watertown. 10 minutes left in the 4th, 34-13 they're up. Brookings and Aberdeen Central in a great game, tied up at 7 towards the end of the 3rd quarter. And no updates on the Spearfish Mitchell game. They'll spot the ball. It went out at the 27 is where it crossed the out-of-bounds line. It bounced at the 23, and that's where the Douglas Patriots will take over here on offense. Under 8 minutes to play here, 63-0. Slankowskis will get the jet sweep to the outside. Has a good pickup before brought down at the 36-yard line. A pickup of about 7.
I couldn't see who made the tackle on that, but that was a great open field tackle.
And that it was, as Slankowskis had a full head of steam there. And really, once was touched by the defender, didn't go any further. Just great. That's why you tackle at the hips and below. You don't try for the shoulder tackle, as lots of times you go for that shoulder tackle, the runner's going to get at least a couple extra yards. Now backing up to pass here, up in the air from Coper. Coper, that one picked off! Yankton's got it again! On the interception is Will Sager. We do have a penalty marker on the field.
That was excellent concentration by Will Sager after it was tipped in the air to find it and then go drag it in.
The tip drill was definitely in motion there, as we'll see if the Will Sager interception upholds or not. And I think we're having a pass interference. So it will not be an interception. And you know that one hurts Will Sager, as gets out onto the field there. A sophomore for his team gets an interception and no longer will have that after the pass interference. A 15-yard penalty that'll go against Yankton, as they are at 110 penalty yards. We thought maybe a clean game from them today, TJ. Has not been the case. 1st and 10 from the 50 here for Douglas. They'll flip it out. A run. Getting up before getting crushed by some Bucks defenders there was number 23, Joshua Guadino. A pickup of 7. And you can tell that some of the subs are in here because getting lots of cheering when their name is read aloud on the PA. 2nd and 3 coming up. 5.5 to play in the game. 63-0 the score remains. But again, Douglas wanting to score for the first time this year. Another pitch here. Some room to run for the Patriots. A first down and extra. Out at the 33-yard line they go.
Good job by Douglas there to pinch off the end, and they were able to get around the end. That was what got them the first down.
Jericho Morgan with his first carry of the night. It'll be good for 10 yards. Ball is now at the Yankton 34-yard line. And TJ, kind of eyeballing that time on the clock, you know, Akin Yankton does not want to give up the first score for Douglas this season. But on the flip side, the Patriots certainly want to get a score up this year. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. It's Jack Coper in at quarterback for this young squad. Douglas has some starters in, some backups in, as Coper fires across the side. As that pass falls incomplete, another penalty flag.
I think they're going to be calling a face mask on that tackle.
And certainly feels like it's going against Yankton, as you said, possibly a face mask, TJ. We'll wait for the official call here.
Personal foul, face mask.
And you are right, it is a face mask against Yankton. A 15-yard penalty. And all of a sudden, this Douglas offense nears closer and closer to the end zone as we cross the 4-minute mark on the field. 1st and 10 from the Bucks' 19-yard line is the Douglas Patriots. Coper here with it, wants to fire it, another flag on the play. And we might be setting some kind of record. Yankton at 12 already. And it feels like another defensive penalty on the way. Now a player needing a breather for Yankton. Looks like he popped right back up. Clock will continue to run.
Holding on White.
And I'm wrong. A hold to go against the Patriots. A 10-yard penalty. That's their 9th. TJ, that's the first penalty against Douglas here in the entirety of the second half. But now you think 1st and 20. And you start wondering about that first score. Is under 3 minutes to play now with a running clock.
And Douglas has been playing aggressive, too. So for them to just have their first penalty now, that's a good testament on them.
And Coach Johnson, the first-year head coach for Douglas, said he just wants to see improvement from his team each week. As now they'll pitch it out. Again, getting it here is Morgan. Morgan, a nice carry, breaks the first tackle, brought down at the 19. We might have a horse collar. A 10-yard pickup, and I tell you what, I'm kind of surprised we don't have a horse collar tackle there.
I was expecting a flag to be thrown on that tackle.
So 2 carries for Jericho Morgan, 20 yards. It's been efficient running for him. 2nd and 10 here. They're now at the Bucks' 19-yard line. 2 minutes to score left in this one for Douglas. Coper takes the snap. He's going to drop back. Has some pressure. Just keeps rolling further and further out. He's going to make it a race. He sets the edge. Picks up about a yard. That was a hard-earned yard there for Jack Coper.
It was a great job by that Bucs defense in pursuit to stop him for just a 1-yard gain.
And right now, a lot of whistles were blowing. Didn't know if there was extra contact, or we have another Douglas Patriot on the field here, as we've got 102 seconds total left in the game. And looks like we do have some trainers out on the field. Thought he was going to get up, might be cramping up. They're stretching him out. We'll take a quick break. It's our final break before the end of the game here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
As we return right before the snap here, 3rd and 10, as Connor Wright in the football game is the pass caught at the 4-yard line. It is. That'll be a pickup of 15 as Connor Wright back in, and that is the clear sign they want to score here.
On 4 Yankton Bucks and brought that ball down.
Hunter Ferrick's on the catch, 15 yards, 1st and goal here for Douglas. 55 seconds, they'll hand it off, some room to run, as Sandal is stopped short. Or excuse me, not Sandal, Morgan. Jericho Morgan stopped short. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Douglas will use their final timeout here of the game. Again, TJ, you can tell they want this score.
And you would. It's 3 games into the season, you haven't scored a touchdown yet. You want to do everything you can to get some momentum for a young team.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 2-yard line. A 2-yard pickup for Jericho Morgan, who's had success on the ground. 3 carries for 22 yards. 47 on the clock right now here. Again, obviously, it's way too much of a gap to overcome here for Douglas. but they want that first score of the season. And as Coach Johnson said, I mean, that would be improving every week. It's been a relatively low-scoring second half, as it was 56-0 at the half. We've only seen 7 points here in the second half. We might get 7 more, depending on how this Bucs defense handles the Patriots offense. No timeouts left now for Douglas. Yankton has all 3. I don't expect we're going to see any of those being used. As Connor Wright back in, he'll stand from the shotgun. Behind him, Peyton Sandel. If I had money to bet on it, up the middle with Sandel it'll go. 2nd and goal. A pitch to Sandel. Sandel cuts it back in and gets into the end zone. The Douglas Patriots have their first touchdown of the season off of a 2-yard run from Peyton Sandel. 30 seconds on the clock, and right now they're just letting it run even though the touchdown was scored. You think both teams probably don't mind too much, as the Patriots got their first score of the year. Clock will stop at 20. And now the extra point here, Brody Slenkowskis. He was a player I was told would be on the field pretty much every play, and that has in fact been the case. 63-6 and possibly 7 should this extra point go through. And a jump before the snap. Why not run it up with one more penalty here?
Full start. White, 5 yards.
A 5-yard penalty on Douglas. They'll pick up their 10th penalty. Yankton has 12, 22 penalties, and that's still 10 shy of what Yankton saw in week 1 against Huron, where it was 32 total penalties. Getting the extra point here. Slenkowskis. Kick is up, and it is no good, so our score remains 63-6. That is more likely than not going to be our final score, barring a kick return touchdown for Yankton. We'll keep it here as we are just in the closing seconds of the game. 20 seconds to play, 63-6. Yankton's going to take this one. TJ, a hard-fought game for Yankton, but really, they controlled it from start to finish.
They sure did, and in the second half, they've gotten some valuable experience for some of the younger guys. Would have been nice to keep them from scoring, but I think the experience for the second and third string was worth it.
And so 63-6, Yankton definitely going to score a lot of points this season. Coming into this, they were over 40 points per game. It'll just go up after this game after putting up 63, but again, a tough opponent coming up here, as they will be against a AAA opponent. Their one AAA team they have to play this year is Harrisburg. And you just know Douglas is thrilled to get that first score out of the way.
Yankton lining up to receive, and they're putting a pair of sophomores to receive, Will Sager and Isaac Sirk.
And Will Sager, earlier we saw he had a interception taken away. And you know, that's probably on his mind. Wouldn't be surprised to see him make some kind of play on this. So the Patriots get their touchdown. It wasn't off of the recovered kickoff fumble, but rather a few Yankton penalties, and it led to a score. Bobbled the initial kickoff, tackled at the 30 there. Clock will run, and that's probably the final play of the game. It will be, as that is our final here tonight at Crane Youngworth Field. 63-6, your final score. The Yankton Bucs start the season 3-0, and for Douglas, they'll fall to 0-3. A great game overall for the Yankton Bucs. They just looked unstoppable, and really an impressive performance overall for the team. TJ, you play that well as a team, you're going to win a lot of football games.
You sure are, and the Bucs expected to come out and play very well during this game. We saw that certainly in that first half. and continued it into the second half. Got a lot of valuable experience for our players, and they're going to carry that through for the rest of the season.
And now we reach our First Dakota National Bank of Yankton postgame show. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. During our postgame show, we've got a few items to discuss. Your final stats, our chat with whatever assistant coach we get to come into our booth, and our Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton hot hand / hot hitter of the game. The Bucks' final stats, Jay Sedlacek ends up with 14 carries, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, just shy of 10 yards per carry. He did not see 1 carry in the second half. Tate Bestie, 1 carry for 15 yards and a touchdown. Edley Amaro had 1 rush, 23 yards, and a touchdown. Tegan LaCroix, 1 carry for 10 yards. Carson Kroll, 5 rushing attempts for 26 yards. Jackson Kudera, 2 carries for 2 yards, and the one was just having to drop on a fumble. Hard to blame him there. And Jolton Reimnitz-Hahn, 1 carry, he lost a yard. Tate Bestie throwing the football didn't have to do too much here, as we've seen before. 4 of 6, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Tegan LaCroix got 2 passing attempts, 1 for 2 for 8 yards, and Jackson Kudera also had a passing attempt, 0 for 1. O'Nides wraps up the game with 3 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. And Abe O'Brien, 2 receptions, 16 yards. The Yankton Bucks will wrap up with 12 penalties, 125 penalty yards. And again, that's one you just know Coach Muth is going to bring up. But overall, a great game from the Bucks, TJ.
Yes, it was. And so this week, we'd expect the Bucks to go back and just work on some of the mistakes they made when they didn't need to make them this week.
And for the Bucks, again, their next game is this upcoming Saturday. So 8 days out. Not normal to have a high school game on a Saturday, but Harrisburg will be celebrating the whole town, and with that, their game against the Yankton Bucks. It's going to be a hostile environment for Yankton going into Harrisburg, but they've certainly got their work cut out for them. But tonight certainly helps you with that energy to bring in as you've started the season 3-0. The Bucks get a big win here. Their final score tonight, 63-6. And as for Harrisburg, they aren't playing tonight. They are playing tomorrow, and they'll take on Rapid City Central. Both teams 1-1. If you're a Bucks fan, you're going to want to keep an eye on that game because that is Yankton's next opponent. 5-Star Communications, we also had a few other games of coverage. The Vermilion Tanagers, who took on the Canton Seahawks, was on ESPN Radio 1570 AM, 101.5 FM, as well as Vermilion Tanagers on YouTube. We had Beersford in their game on 5-Star streaming on YouTube, and Gayville-Vollen as they took on Freeman Marion Freeman Academy on Gayville-Vollen Raiders on YouTube. It's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hand / hitter of the game. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Well, with so many big plays, you feel like you could have had kind of a few Bucks feel like they could win this award. For us tonight, though, TJ, I think we got to give it to Gavin Johnson as a defensive player to score 2 touchdowns, 2 pick sixes he had. I feel like Gavin Johnson's got to be our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game.
Absolutely. Gavin seemed to be everywhere making plays in that first half for us. And to bring down 2 interceptions and not only bring them down, but to run back for touchdowns, the award goes to him.
And as we await our chat with the assistant coach on our First Dakota National Bank postgame show, as soon as we wrap up, we'll get you back to your regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3. But for now, we'll take one final break, and hopefully we'll see a familiar face. And, well, no break. We'll keep it here as we've got our interview. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Yeah, Alex Topol, defensive backs coach, Yankton High School.
And certainly a defensive backs coach. Feel like the best coach to talk to after tonight's game. 4 pick sixes. What did you see from your guys out there?
The big thing is, they're playing smart football. We've been practicing all week looking for some of their tendencies. Their starting quarterback was out last week, so we really didn't know quite what we're getting. Saw a really good athlete there, but, our guys were able to play their zones well and read the ball well.
And really, it was just a big game overall for the Bucs. I mean, a big win, 63-6. What other parts of the game just really stood out to you?
You know, the big thing that we really stressed at the beginning of the game is just, those fundamentals and disciplined football. All it takes is just one slip up, a big play here and there. So I thought we played really well. And the thing I really liked about today's game, too, is getting everyone involved. We had every single player that was involved that could be out there. We're really thin, too, on the JV side as far as injuries. So we had a lot of people step up, eager to play, and, just playing Buck football.
And one thing we did see Will Sager come up with an interception. Unfortunately, it's going to get taken away from him, but for a young player to get in, make a play right away, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, well, I've been coaching Will since he was in 7th grade, 8th grade, and he's a good athlete, and, he's got 2 more years of eligibility after this, so, it won't be the last time his name gets called.
We'll certainly see him on the field coming up in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
And, Coach, now your next opponent, you've got a tough one in Harrisburg, a AAA team next Saturday. Your thoughts on the matchup and what we should expect to see?
One of the things our guys have been watching tape on them, there's still that old rivalry from their AA days, and, we're just looking forward to the opportunity of getting to play, Saturday game, getting as many fans there as possible, but ultimately, we see it, we believe we can compete with anyone in the state, it doesn't matter what conference, what division, but we're looking forward to getting an opportunity to show out, and especially on a big night like a Saturday next week.
All right, well, congratulations again, Coach. I'll let you get back to doing a little bit of celebrating. I know it's always a quick turnaround right back into game planning for the next team, but congrats on the win tonight, and thanks for the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
On our first Go to National Bank postgame show, that about wraps it up here for the night. I'm Zach Spear alongside TJ Stote, owner of the Bone Setter, helping out on color commentary tonight. We'll get you back to your regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3, and until next time on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, Yankton Bucks Football has been brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, Yankton.
This has been a presentation of Yankton Bucks Football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Bechet, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Winston Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. For everything Yankton Bucks football, tune in to Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming.